Hello, I am Dr. Alyssa. I will be in today to help you with your chiropractic massage. So, I see that we're in for some issues with the shoulders. Okay. All right. And your name was? Good. Okay, so let's check it out. The issue was the shoulders. Tell me a little bit about what's going on with them. Okay, so we're experiencing some pain. And is it specifically isolated to the shoulders, or does it kind of go up your neck? Okay. All right. And spend a lot of time at the desk. Okay. Okay, so you're concerned about your posture. Okay. Okay, and have you ever received a chiropractic massage in the past, or is this your first one, or even just a regular massage? Let's go with that. Okay, a while ago. About how many years? And there were a lot of knots. Okay. Do you do any workouts or so that may also add stress and strain to your shoulders, or do you think this is more of a just like daily stress and the combination of working at the desk and being in a chair that might not be so great for you? Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I'm gonna ask some of these questions, and they may be reiterating stuff you've already told me, but when did it start, or when did you notice this pain specifically? Okay. So this pain a year ago, and it's progressed. Okay. And when does it hurt? Constantly? Only when you're at your desk where you're noticing it more often? During certain activities? Okay, being at the desk. Yeah, we're also constantly hunched over our devices as well, so that doesn't help, does it? Okay, all right. How does it hurt? So, is it more of a muscular pain? Does it feel like bone on bone kind of pain like that? Is it pulling? Is it stabbing? Is it like sharp kind of, does it shoot, sharp shooting pains? Okay, so like a constant ache, but then the occasional, alright, yeah, okay. Okay. Any other kind of pain that comes with that? Does moving your arm a certain way on either side cause any more strain, or can you fully, like, we'll move your arms around, but can you fully move as you need to, or is it disrupting you during the day? Okay, so no movement issues that you've noticed. Okay, yeah. And was there an injury that may have contributed to this? Okay, yeah, that's important to know. So you had a slip and fall in the winter? Okay. Yeah, that snow can get you, can't it? So how did you fall then? Like straight on your back? More on one side? Did you land on your arms at all? Okay, so you did try to catch yourself with your arms and that kind of... Okay, yeah, that's probably a contributing factor here then. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and move into our assessment then. Thank you for all of that information. It is important. Put some gloves on. And then I do have some tools we're going to use on top of the assessment with my hands. Of course, I want to get a feel for what exactly everything's doing before I start trying to use different, sorry, the word has left me, equipment, I guess, to help us. So, I am going to start by feeling around your shoulders, and then we'll do a little bit of movement testing, and then I'll probably do a little bit of massage adjustment while you're sitting up, and then I'll have you lay on the bed for the end of the session, and I'll kind of do deeper tissue massages there where you won't have to have the strain of sitting upright, okay? Okay, so I'm just gonna start by feeling your shoulders, if that's okay. Alright, are you in any pain right now? Okay, so it's kind of just like around the neck. Alright. Just look back here. Feel along your spine for the alignment. Everything feels aligned. I can definitely tell up here there are some knots, which is common in a lot of us. A lot of stress goes into that. And like I said, the leaning forward while sitting in the desk chair, or even at home on our devices, we don't always have the best posture with that. So I'm going to feel kind of in the front here. I'm not going to go super low, just along the clavicle, and try to feel the few muscles in the front here that you got. Okay. And just by visualization, I can see your shoulders are kind of curved forward with some posture adjustments, and just being a little more mindful, we can help to kind of reshape the posture. They also have posture adjusters that you can wear. I don't know how well those actually do for everyone, and I wouldn't recommend wearing them constantly if you do try to go that route, okay? So let me just see here how they are on both sides. Okay. Let's do the movement with your arms first. Okay, so I'm going to just take your arm here. I'm going to keep this one on your shoulder so I can kind of feel how it's moving. And then I'm going to use this one to help me move your arm around for you, okay? So we're going to bring your arm up and out. Okay, is there any pain with that? Okay, and then just swing your arm forward. Any pain with that? Okay, we're going to go backward as far as you can go. And then we're going to go up. And can you go back any farther with that? Alright. Okay, so you're feeling some strain with up and back and up. Okay, alright. Let's do the other side. Same thing. I'm going to use this hand to feel, and then we're going to lift your arm up and out. Alright, anything with that? Okay, swing it up this way. And back as far as you can go. Okay, so you're feeling some strain there as well. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and then we're going to go up all the way. Up, up, up. Same with that. And then go back as far as you can go when it's up. Okay, yeah. Now can you lift your arms up and out? I'm going to put a little bit of weight on your arms here. Try to resist. Okay, alright. And now put your arms to your sides, and I'm going to just put my hands kind of on your sides there and try to pull them up and out. Don't let me do that. Okay, is there any pain with the resisting? Okay. Okay. Alright, so go ahead and put your arms straight out for me then, and I'm just going to try to press on them down. Don't let me do that. Okay. Alright, so nothing with that but the out. Okay. Alright. Okay. So, let me see here. I'm going to use these calipers to try to see if there's any swelling around your shoulders and if they are comparable to both sides. So I know this looks sharp, but trust me, we have caps on these, so it will not hurt you. I don't know why they make them so sharp, but we have created caps so they won't injure anyone. Okay. Alright, let me see compared to this side if it's similar. Okay. Yeah, you've got a little bit more swelling on one side than the other. I'm wondering too if that has to do with the curvature moving forward. I'm also going to take some measurements with my tape here. I forgot to pull it out beforehand. Okay, just stay how you are right there. I'm going to measure from one shoulder to the other. Across the front here. Okay, and now I'm going to measure from your shoulder to your fingertip. side fits. Okay. Alright, and then go ahead and hold your arms out. I'm going to measure your wingspan. Okay. And about how tall are you? Okay. Pull this up. Sorry. It'll take a minute. I like to put it back right away so it doesn't get completely unraveled, because then we're going to have problems and it's just not at the ready. So yeah, with what I'm feeling here, I think we should do a little bit of posture adjustments like I suggested earlier, and then we're going to kind of work out some of the knots sitting up, and I'll have you lay down and do the rest over there, okay? Okay, so let's start with the posture adjustments. I'm going to kind of take your shoulder and push it back into place. We're going to kind of go up and out like this, because you're kind of closed off, being leaning forward and just doing the hunching. So we want to open that up, open the chest and everything, and that'll help with breathing as well, okay? So you can go ahead and try that and just sit up like that, and I'm going to just grab your scapula back here and take your shoulder in the front, and we're going to just put it right there, okay? Just try to keep that as best you can. And then same thing on this side, okay? And you want to keep both sides like that, and that is kind of where you should be sitting. Now, it's not going to be a quick change, like overnight. It's not going to be fixed, but being mindful of kind of where the shoulder should be can help when you recognize that you're sitting a little hunched forward or so. Just go back. Just go back to that position, as long as it's comfortable, because I know that it can be difficult trying to retrain your muscles and everything to go back to a certain place. It can be a little straining, so if it does start to hurt, don't push it. Of course, just relax. You don't have to be tense about it, but just about there. And so now that I have you sitting in the correct place, posture, we're going to go ahead and start working on the knots and a little bit up into the neck. Okay, so let me just feel where they're at here. And you're going to feel me kind of flicking over the knot you've got to help encourage it to break up a little. And then I'll do a little bit of squeezing on the shoulders as well. And then the same thing on this side. I'm just gonna go over the knot. This will help break up the swelling. And I'm going to squeeze down your arms because all of this stuff is connected. Side. And just over the shoulder and down the arm. Over the shoulder, down the arm. And same over here. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of head tilting now, but I think we're going to save a lot of it for when you're, or the majority of it, for when you're laying down, just so again, takes a little bit of the strain off of your back. So I'm going to just tip your head kind of back to an angle like that. And then I'm going to rub along your neck here to encourage that to break up. Okay, and then you're going to take a deep breath in for me. Ready? Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I know, it looks aggressive, doesn't it? It wasn't that bad. Okay, remember to breathe out. Good. Let's return to the middle. There you go. And then we're going to have you tip again on an angle the other direction a little bit. Rub along the neck and the shoulder. And then again, we're going to take your head, just take a deep breath in for me. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and return to center as you breathe out. Good. Okay, so that wasn't that bad, right? Okay. And that second one didn't crack as much as the other side, but that's fine. I'm just going to run my hands up the back of your neck here and along your spine. Feel everything, how it's going. Okay. And while I have you sitting up here, I am going to take some tools and begin with these. We're going to start with the adjustments. Yeah, okay, there you go. I think I had you sitting too straight up. Is that better? Okay, so it's just a little acupressure tool here. So we're going to run it along your shoulders, and I may go like a little back by your shoulder blade there. And it's just going to do some pressure points to help loosen up some of these areas for the more vigorous adjusting and massage. Okay, so just going to go along your shoulder and just press it. So now I'm going to go to the back. Work that out. This side, same thing. And this is going to help release the knots, because we really need to work those out. And the back. There we go. Okay. So work that out a little bit there. And now we're going to use these to kind of dig in a little bit more to the shoulders and along the neck. So just remember to relax, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And this won't have any adjustments. It just might cause a little discomfort for the time being. So, all right. Just check everything. I'm going to go back next to the shoulder blades. And just gonna glide along your neck and your shoulders a couple times. There we go. And I may use some of these again while you're laying down. I'm gonna also do this roller ball. This is one of my favorite things. It gets in quite deep and helps to loosen things up. Okay? Okay. So just relax. I'm gonna work around the scapula first, the back. It's really easy to collect knots around that area, so. And if anything does happen to hurt, please let me know. I'm using a pressure that I typically use. It's my go-to, but I can pull back on it if I need to, if it's too much. Okay, let's see. Okay. And again, just along the shoulders here. I'm going to go a little bit in the front as well. Tuck this one. And the front. All right. So, just going to do some squeezing. And then we'll move you to lie on the table there, so that way I can do the rest, okay? All right. Okay. So let me step out and I'll be right back in. All right. Okay, so now that I have you on the bed, I am going to sit above you here. May make me look funny, moon face kind of thing. I don't know, I kind of look strange now probably, but now that I have you here, I am going to kind of work on your neck to loosen things up, and then I may try to do some adjustments on your shoulders here because you are experiencing more of the like hunched forward shoulders, which is very common nowadays because of everyone looking at their phones, their computers, their tablets, things like that. So that is no problem. Also, just loosening up some knots can help take some of that pressure off that you may not realize is there. So let me go ahead and do that, and I may manipulate your head slightly. So let's just start with working on your shoulders. I'm just going to kind of do this motion again to try to encourage the shoulders to go back to a more, I'd say, natural state, even though I don't really like the way that sounds, but I think you know what I mean. Just kind of curve them back. And then I'm going to put my hands underneath your back a little bit and pull up. Break up any of the knots that I may have missed when you were sitting up. up, up, up. And now go on your neck. I'm going to go under the back here and just kind of pull up. And I'm going to pull on your head a little bit, and it's just going to take some pressure off the spine. Okay, so I've got my hands around your head, and we're just going to wiggle, 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 pull up. Okay. And one more time, just go around your head here, kind of cupping it, and just wiggle, 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 and pull up. Okay. And back to the shoulders. Running my knuckles along the top of your shoulders here. Okay, and now I'm going to put some pressure and try to do an adjustment. So just breathe for me here. Do pressure, go 1, 2, 3. Okay, release that, release the breath. Good. Let's do that one more time. Just gonna put some pressure. Go 1, 2, 3. There you go. Release any breath. Very good. Okay, now along your neck here, I'm just gonna do slight wiggling. Slight wiggling. Okay. Slight wiggling. And then I'm going to pull up. And this is going to be an adjustment, so there may be a crack, there may not be. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay. Very good. Always remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. To breathe. Alright, now I'm going to tip you this way. Okay. And this way. I'll go 1, 2, 3. Good. Put you back there. And then we're going to go the other direction. So same thing. Tip and tilt. 1, 2, 3. Very good. And let's just go back this way. We're going to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. 1, 2, 3. Good. Turn to center. Tilt the other way. Do a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And there we go. Okay. Sorry if the bed is creaking at all. Just rubbing my hands along their neck. The back side. Sorry for bumping you. There we go. Just had to get the shoulders correctly. And if you put all your body weight on me, I'll just run my fingers along the underside here. And your own weight helps to work with gravity to make this part a little more relaxing. Okay. And we're going to keep you straight there, okay? Good. Are you able to tip back at all? Okay, that much. No problem. We're just going to wiggle, 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 wiggle. And gentle tug. Very good. Okay. Gonna do a little bit of massage over your face now. I'm the cheeks. Just over your nose, over the cheeks. Okay, I'll just sweep up your face on the sides. And back to the sinuses here. Allergy season is coming, so I'm going to encourage blood flow here. Help with drainage. And then I'm going to just go on your brow. And down the sides. Very good. Okay, and how is your jaw? Did we talk about that? I talk about people's jaws quite a bit in here, so I just want to... Okay, so why don't you go ahead and open your mouth there, and we'll see if you have any movement. The jaw becomes unhinged. Okay. Yeah, so there's a little bit on this side. Yeah, I'm going to take your jaw here, and I'm just going to wiggle it again. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and pop it that way. Very good. Let's go the other way just to keep things even. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Relax your jaw. I'll just massage along the side of it to help relieve any pain that may have occurred and loosen the muscles. Okay. It's looking great. Okay, and then we're going to have you tip again. And tip again. Tip again. Tip again. Do you have any pain with tipping your head to the side or the other side? Okay, and how about turning your head? Like, so your nose is towards your shoulder. Anything with that? Okay. Alright, so I believe we're done with the bed then, and we'll discuss any future visits or needs for visits, okay? Alright, go ahead and sit up.